Ford is pumping the brakes on its plans to shift to all-electric with its vehicle lineup. The automaker is scrapping plans for its all-electric three-row SUV. Ford says it will offer a hybrid version of the SUV instead. 21 News auto analyst, Guidehouse analyst, director of transportation, Sam Epple-Samid is joining us now to go over his outlook for the EV market. Great to have you back with us, Sam.
Glad to be with you again, Lindsay.
Yeah, let's talk about Ford because they're making some headlines recently. They are #2 in the U.S. for EV production, but they say that they are seeing a huge amount of competition, of course, especially when it comes to that type of SUV that I just mentioned. Do you think that maybe they're pivoting to kind of cater to the hybrid models instead?
Well, I think there's a number of things going on here. First of all, yes, you're right. There's absolutely a growing amount of competition in the marketplace for EVs, particularly from GM and from Hyundai Motor Group. So the three brands they have, Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis. And when you combine the three Hyundai Group brands together, they actually outsell Ford in EVs. They're actually #2 overall as a manufacturer in EVs. But I don't think that that's the only problem here. I mean, there's a number of things going on. Ford is still struggling to find a way to make their EVs profitably. They haven't yet figured out how to do that. And it's hard to make a business case to shift to EVs if you're going to continually lose money on them. And they're still trying to do that, trying to develop lower cost EVs. Yeah. The other thing that isn't getting talked about very much that I think may also be a major factor here is those SUVs you mentioned were originally scheduled to launch in the fourth quarter of this year. And they were first delayed to 2027 and now scrapped entirely. And those were supposed to be on an all-new EV platform, distinct from the one that's used for the current Mustang Mach-E, and of course different from the F-150 Lightning, that would have a new electronic architecture and a new software platform. And from what I've been hearing, I think Ford is actually having a lot of challenges developing that new software platform, which does not make them unique in any at all in the industry. Many of legacy automakers, including General Motors, Volkswagen, Volvo, and others, are also having similar challenges.
Yeah, and you mentioned they want to be profitable, and the new requirements for Ford say that all their new vehicles have to make a profit within 12 months. So obviously they're worried about shareholders, they're worried about confidence in the market. How much, though, is it also because consumers aren't really adopting the EV technology quickly because they're concerned about charging stations?
Yeah, certainly, I think that there was a lot of enthusiasm over the last couple of years. Certainly in 2021, 2022, we saw a lot of rapid growth, and into the early part of 23, a lot of rapid growth in EV adoption. And I think some automakers, like Ford, got a bit over enthusiastic in their plans to roll out new EVs. What we're seeing is that we haven't hit that hockey stick in EV adoption, where it just ticks up and takes off entirely. What we are seeing, in fact, is just a steady growth, kind of a linear growth pattern of EV sales. So EV sales are probably going to be up this year compared to last year. Last year was higher than 2022 and so on. So they've gone up steadily every year. And we expect that to continue to be the case this year, just not taking off as fast. And part of that is the problems with EV charging infrastructure, particularly public charging infrastructure. A lot of DC fast chargers out there that don't work as reliably as we'd like. And then the other part, has been affordability of the vehicles, right? Not just the purchase price, but also high interest rates.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks are trying to say, can they afford this? There's so many things that go into making that decision. And of course, where are you going to charge it and how's that going to work out? I really appreciate your outlook here and your insight, because I know when we saw these headlines, Ford saying, okay, we're going to completely shift this and also tighten up our window for profit. That has a lot of people watching this industry a little bit closer. Appreciate your time.